Ready. This is the Double RT Boxing Show, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Mr. A, the host of your show. So please subscribe, hit that thumbs up. And I just looked at my little page today. And thank you for those who have subscribed. You took me from 348 to 353. So thank you for that little boost, And for the rest of you who are about to join this new army, take it up to 500, and then we can talk about that 1,000. Now, I had no intentions on doing this show. This is top of the morning. And hey, let's talk about this one. I was looking at my comments, and I got a nice little comment from a faithful subscriber. Good old Jim Morgan. Thank you for your support, brother. And this is not about you, but it's the words you said. I've heard a lot, and you just echoed what's been said many, many times. So it's been said about bloggers, YouTubers, podcasters. It's been said about coaches, it's professional fighters, and I'm gonna say my part of it. And as you say, no bias. Speak the truth. And if anyone who follows this show, Mr. A tries the best to do the most unbiased bullshit out there. Because it's not boxing talk if you're biased. And if you are going to accuse me of being biased, it's only going to be for two fighters. That's Young Jung Chi and Aries Dandy Lara. Those are my two favorite fighters. So the rest of the world, and even on those two, I really try and call it straight down the middle. But if I'm going to be accused of being biased, it's going to be on those two. Fucking those are the best boxers in the world. Now back to the point I'm gonna say here. Now, like I said, this is not a straight response to you, Jim. It's a response to the words you and a lot of people have echoed. And it's I made the show. Wilder doesn't deserve the $15 million in April if he doesn't sign now. Eddie Hearn, and he responded to how can Wilder's stock go up? That's what everyone's saying. What can Wilder do to bring him stock up? If you are interested in my opinion on what I think Wilder can do to raise his stock, I did a show called How Deontay Wilder could better his brand. It's right before the Machado and Machinta breakdown. So it's Mr. A's thoughts number, I think 10 or 11. So you could go check that out. Now I'm getting off subject here, but back to the main thing. Now, he's all like, hey, Mr. A, AJ, this is about comparing. It's about comparing. How can Wilder's stock get raising when he hasn't done shit? And that's, like I said, it's not him. It's the world saying this. He's just one of the many people in the world saying it. He's on my page, so I'm like, I need to put up my 2 cents, and I'm going to try and open the door to the truth on this one, because a lot of people say this stuff, but they speak it only from the AJ half and not the whole side, because you got to bring Wilder's side into that if you're going to speak the whole truth, the unbiased side, like what we say right here on RT Boxing, unbiased. Now, when I talk Wilder and Joshua, I start from their championship win and run, because before that they each fought fucking bums, tomato cans, jobbers, whatever you want to call them. Did Wilder fight more? Yeah, he did, but they're the same fucking caliber of fighters. Who cares? You know, now they each got the belt from C range type champion. You want to make an argument who's better, Martin or Stavern or Martin. They each got the championship belt from the same person. Now, and then people say like, oh, Wilder deserved to take that money because AJ has 3 belts, he has these unifications. Wilder hasn't had no unifications. Are people forgetting it takes 2 for a unification bout? It takes 2, So Wilder can't have a unification fight if someone doesn't want to put their belt on the line against him, And people say like, oh, AJ's been in 2 unifications. Technically, he's been in 1. He's been against Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker put his belt up against AJ. That Klitschko fight, Klitschko was not a champion. That was a vacant WBA belt. You could say it was a unification, but Klitschko didn't come in as a champion. So I don't count that as a unification bout. That was just a fight for a vacant belt. Now, and everyone says, oh, like I said, let's compare it since the championship run. When they each won their belt, first things they were asked about was about Klitschko. Goes, will you fight Klitschko? And this, AJ first, this is when, Klitschko wasn't champ. And they're like, oh, not quite yet. We're going to build him up. Just like when Wilder won his belt in 2015, Klitschko was the champion. He had all the belts. And both management teams said, no, we're going to let our guys develop more. So people shit on Wilder for that one because Eddie Hearn just brung it up for Shelly Finkel. They said the same thing for Joshua. No, he's not quite ready for that. Now, back to the unification, what people are forgetting to mention, later on, about a year later, Deontay Wilder did call out Klitschko for an undisputed unification bout. Remember this, folks. He called out Klitschko for like, hey, I'm ready now. Let's fight for the undisputed. This is after he had him in the training camp. So even though you could say the rumor that Deontay Wilder got his ass whooped, Deontay Wilder saw something and felt something like, hey, I'm ready to fight this dude in the undisputed. And does everyone remember what Klitschko's response to that challenge was? No, you need to fight better people. Get known first. Whether he's fighting bums or not, that was Klitschko's remark. He needs to fight better people. He needs to build up. I don't like the people he's fighting. So he needs to build up himself first before I fight a undisputed. So it takes 2, folks. It takes 2. Now, and then, why did Anthony Joshua get the Joseph Parker fight? Because Joseph Parker chose to fight Anthony Joshua. People fight Joshua because you make more money. It's a no-brainer. You fight Deontay Wilder for pride. You fight AJ for money. Now, why was Joseph Parker available? Let's take some more steps back. Since Deontay Wilder don't try for unifications, do you remember why Deontay Wilder fought Bermain Silverne? Do you? Okay, it's just the double. I'll let some time go by. Maybe you can think about it. It's the double RT. The double RT. I sing a little song for you. It's a double RT boxing show. The double RT. The double RT. The double RT boxing show with Mr.A. Follow me on Twitter at the RRTB show. Now, do you have an answer why he fought Bermain Silverne? You're probably thinking, oh, Mr.A, you jackass. It's his mandatory. That's why he fought him. No. He tried to get out of that fight with a unification bout with Joseph Parker. Do you remember that? He called Joseph Parker and said, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do a unification. Let's do this. He said no. He tried to get Luis Ortiz, failed the drug test. So it's back to Joseph Parker. Let's do this unification. I don't want to. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Stavern. I want to. Let's do a unification bout. No, but tell you what. Do you remember all the interviews and everything? Joseph Parker went to Deontay Wilder's fight with Stavern. He was supposed to hop in the ring after that fight to declare their unification. Remember that? Do you guys remember all those interviews of Joseph Parker at the arena? I guess he saw something in that ass whooping he gave Stavern, and and he never went in the ring. That's what Joseph Parker was there that whole night for. You think he's gonna come all the way to from New Zealand to see a Bermain Stavern and Wilder fight? Really? I'm just a fan of the sport. I'm gonna come watch this fight. I'm gonna scout my opponents. No. Just the same reason why Tyson went to the Deontay Wilder fight, to get in the ring and start some shit. That was the thing. Parker was supposed to go in there after the fight, and they were supposed to announce their unification. It never happened. So again, he ducked down the Pride fight and went for the money fight with AJ. So, like I said, this is not about who I think wins the fight between Joshua and Wilder. This is just about people saying, sign the contract, take the $15 million. What have you done? You have no unifications. And I get a little frustrated because I like the sport of boxing when I hear people just talk the story and say one side of it. Now, who do I think is going to win the fight? I want Wilder to win the fight, but I'm not stupid. AJ can outbox him. AJ can knock his ass out. That's two, and I don't think Wilder can outbox AJ. So you got a Wilder knockout versus AJ outboxing, or an AJ knockout. It favors AJ. It favors AJ. And that's just my input. Now, as far as sign the contract and take the $15 million, what have you done? You're the A side. I mean, you're not the A side. You're the B side. AJ has 3 belts. Let's compare that. Remember Canelo and Triple G? Triple G had all the belts. Canelo was the A side still. Canelo's like, hey, take this $10 million and shut the fuck up. Nothing else. Triple G's like, dude, but I know you can say, well, Wilder don't have Triple G's belts and blah 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 blah, but it's knowing your worth. Knowing your worth. Triple G's like, bro, I'm not taking $10 million. Yeah, Canelo, you are the pay-per-view star. You can make money fighting anyone. You can bring in 54,000 fighting Liam Smith. But fighting me, I know I bring in more money than Liam Smith. I may be the B-side, but I know this B-side is going to bring you more money than any other B-side fighter. And it's the same thing with Wilder. Wilder knows it, and that $10 million was the highest payday ever for Triple G, but he didn't accept it because he knew his worth. The same thing with Wilder. $15 million is easily Wilder's highest payday, but he knows his worth. AJ makes $20 to $25 million per fight, but against Wilder, that average is going to go up. He's going to get paid more money to fight Wilder than fight anyone. And Wilder knows, hey, I'm a B-side, but I bring more money than any other B-side out there. It's the same thing. People are like, oh, fuck that. If he wants to fight, take it. If you're not in a dire need of money, you're not going to do a job that requires you to get less income. Say you're a great graphic artist, and then you're like, dude, this guy is offering me a job to draw this t-shirt design. He's gonna pay me fucking, I don't know, 10 grand to put this t-shirt design on. You're like, dude, but this dude's gonna put this design on the shirt, and he's gonna sell this shirt around worldwide at every boxing event, and this dude's probably gonna end up making like fucking $5 million. You know, okay, even keep it near, this guy's gonna make like $1 million. And he's only gonna pay me 10 grand to do this picture. I know my fucking worth, bro. I know I'm getting ripped off. You know, that's all it is. Is it Deontay Wilder's highest payday? But yes, and if you know he brings the highest paycheck to Wilder, just like Wilder gets the highest paycheck from Anthony. It's a knowing your worth. Triple G didn't take his highest payday because he knew it was worth more than that. And it's the same thing with Wilder. He's not taking his highest payday because he knows his highest payday should be more than that because he brings more worth, more value to the table than what they're offering. So like I said, this is the unbiased perception. It's just down the middle how I feel it should be explained. Does AJ have the A side, all that shit? Of course, he deserves it. You know, he been whooping ass just like fucking Deontay. But, you know, you can't sit there and say AJ has 3 belts and what has Wilder done. You got to remember, during Wilder's whole championship run, the champion with all the belts was Klitschko. You know, so he couldn't get a unification. And when he did try to get it, it was turned down. You know, AJ has these opportunities because the belts were spread out and people are choosing to fight him for more money than to fight Wilder for less money and chance to get knocked the fuck out. That's the truth of the matter is. That's all it is, folks. That is the truth. So when we do talk about that situation, like I said, it's not about who you think is going to win that fight. Let's just have real boxing talk and speak the truth on that matter. The Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for tuning in. Again, for those people who subscribed and brought me up to 353, thank you. Follow me on Twitter at RRTB Show. Share the videos. Talk to your friends. Share this one. It's going on Twitter. And hopefully you guys help, like I said, hopefully help your show grow. I'm just a host. Yeah.